sometimes I get drunk for housework too. And 2 and 1. Welcome back to the Real AF TV podcast, the show about fishing and random takes from Atlanta 10,000 lakes. This is the random take, and if you're joining us on Friday for just the random take, boy, oh boy, that's awesome. Because we are primarily a fishing podcast and stuff, but we like to do this so that me and Tim don't seem like one-dimensional dickheads.
Yeah. And also, it's like therapy, bro. We just get shit off our chests. And we're going to do this stuff anyways, you know? It's like, why not let you into our world, hear what we got to talk about? Because we just talk about shit, you know?
Exactly. And this topic is one of those topics, buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
I have some things as of late that I just wanted to talk to him about. I've had some buyer's remorse, but we did the fishing topic this week of episode 46 was budget and budget fishing, right? Like how to be budget fisherman. Fishing doesn't have to be the expensive ass topic or the expensive ass hobby that we have really laid out prior to this. And we didn't want to scare people off. And then it made me think like, oh God, what about those moments when you didn't buy clearance and you wish you would have, or, you know, further, but even further more. I mean, like the thing that really tripped it off was this.
Nice, dude.
I finally got a fucking PS5, dude.
Yeah, dude. Nice.
It's sealed in the box.
That's a nice surprise right there. I didn't know it was coming. Dun, 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 dun.
It's sealed. It's in the box. I know what they go for on eBay.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I've never been that guy.
Right.
I am having a little buyer's remorse over it.
Oh, really?
Because I've had every PS4, like every PlayStation, every single one.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get the slim PS2 and I didn't get the slim PS3. Like, but every gen, right? Like I have a PS1 to a PS5. Got them all.
Yeah.
Had them all.
Yep.
But we've talked about this before in our video game topics of like, I think I'm becoming a PC gamer. And even you're like, I think I'll just get a PC. Like this is getting fucking weird. Like it's so hard to get these consoles. The PC will grow. It has other purposes. And it was like, yeah, I could probably take that money I've been saving up for the PS5 and get a decent graphics card. And I've talked about that before.
Sure.
And even with it sitting here right next to me, I'm kind of still like, shit, man. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. And I've thought about the computers too, but at the same time, like it's still like just to have that PlayStation is just something different, man. For me, like just I know you're the same. It's like just to have it.
Yeah.
Like I know you got the buyer's remorse, but like it's like opening that box and seeing it when you turn it on. I always get excited. You see the lights turn on. You're just like,
I know. And the sound even, right? Just the little, like, dude, there's always like a little beep, but it's very specific and like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, just, this is a little bit random, but since we're speaking of PlayStation.
Yeah.
My sister sent me some shit the other day that was apparently like a TikTok. And this made me feel old as fuck because it was like a PS2 where they showed somebody like turning the PS2 sideways and then like turning the PlayStation symbol so it reads right.
Yeah.
And the kid was doing one of those like, wait, what? And it was like, my whole life is a lie. And they go do it and they turn it on that one and they turn it on the slim PS2 too. And it like slim PS2 also. And they're like, mind is blown. And my sister showed me that. And she's just like, did you know about this? And I'm like, everybody that bought the fucking thing when it came out knew about it. Because it came in a vertical stand. So you could stand it up or you could lay it down. And then the PlayStation symbol rotated so it looked normal.
So it looked right.
In either positioning.
Right.
And she's just like, whatever, nerd. And I'm like, like, everybody knew that,
right?
You know,
you fucking 20-year-olds.
Yeah, young kids. Like, what the fuck? we all
Okay, 18-year-old kid on
we
TikTok,
all
good
know
for
that.
you.
Yeah,
Like, oh, what the fuck?
and then I looked at the comments, and then it was like everybody my age that was like, this was not a secret.
Right,
Like
right.
we all
This
knew
there
about
was
this.
no secret about this ever
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah, and apparently it's viral where like a shit ton of people are like, no, and then everybody that was old enough to buy it when it came out is just
Right,
like,
right, right.
yep,
Is like,
huh,
yeah,
yeah,
I bought the vertical stand and I put it in it and I turned it. It was like the first console
yeah,
to ever decide horizontal, vertical, whatever fits your get up the best.
right,
You
yeah.
can do it.
It's like telling a young kid about like a flip phone now. They're just like,
Right,
it wasn't just a screen.
right.
No,
There were
no, not for a
physical
long
keys
time.
on your
There was
phone.
physical keys, and there was a bunch of weird shit like that.
That's really funny. I actually have had buyer's remorse on phones before, but I quickly get over those. I've quickly gotten
Yeah,
over those because
I've never
no, no,
not on
you go.
phones. Well, I was gonna say I've just never had buyer's remorse on phones because I'm so analytical that I have
Ah,
never bought a
mhm,
phone until I knew for a
mhm.
fact that it was the best phone for me. Like,
Sure, sure.
and if it would have shit out,
Mhm.
right away, I would have had buyer's remorse. But I've never had a phone, like,
Yeah.
never had a problem past the initial startup. I had
Mm.
like a
Oh,
Samsung one time
the
that I
initial startup,
returned,
you mean like literally like open the box, press the button, and you're like, "This is it. This is the
or like,
stuff." Just like
well,
what we
no,
talked about?
I've had like one time it was like I started it up and it was doing weird shit, and
Okay.
I brought it back immediately, and it was just like, oh yeah, there's something defective with this one,
And they just
but
handed you another one?
yep, yep. But
Okay,
besides
okay.
that, like it's always been the right choice. Like once it was
Sh
up and running and going properly, you're just
right.
like, yep, I know, and I'm always excited about it. I'm always like digging into the new stuff, and it's funny
Yeah.
because it might be too that I like don't use it to its full potential, but I'm
That's why
always,
I have buyer's remorse on some, so,
yeah.
please keep going.
So I'll look at into everything, and I'm like, this has that, and this has that, and then all of a sudden it's just like I don't even use any of it, but I know it has it, and I'm still happy that it has it though.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, that's exactly it. Is like this is what so on the phone, it was the weirdest thing is like this is one of the first times it's totally game related, video game related still.
Yeah,
But one of the first times I've actually had buyer's remorse after the fact. My most before the phone I had right now, I was
yeah,
still buying Sony phones because they connected to the DualShock 4. Well,
okay,
my previous Sony phone ran just fine. It ran the games fine, connected to DualShock 4 just fine.
yeah,
I just stopped using it because Android itself wasn't running that well. So I got the new Sony phone and then basically never connected the DualShock 4 or my PlayStation to it. I never used that compatible like that. And so I'm just like, fuck, man. I spent $400 extra on this Sony phone when I could have just got a fucking dipshit any cell phone. Yeah, fuck. Because now I'm
right,
not on a
right,
Sony phone anymore. And
right,
I'm just like, yeah, yeah, I didn't need that because I bought the one phone that did that, and then I
yeah,
never need it again because the phone still just runs all the games and shit, and it works just fine. God damn it.
yeah. I was about to. So I have a new phone. I have the new Samsung, and I was
Yeah,
about to
yeah.
like pull out the S Pen and be like, I got this because I'm like, I like the Note with the S Pen, and this is gonna be dope. And now I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever use this, but I might still. Like there's cool things. But I have this case is horseshit. I bought this case. It's so dumb. I bought it at Walmart. I just needed a case.
Yeah,
Like I'm
sure.
not walking around without a case, and this is what they had. And it's like a full enclosed thing, and it has like a little access panel to get at the S Pen, but I can't actually get it out.
Oh,
It's like too
because
far in
the
there.
case is not properly manufactured to get the pen out?
Right. It's like you can
Fuck.
pop open because this is 100% weatherproof. It's like it's sealed on both sides. It's
Oh, sick,
waterproof,
dude.
dustproof, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the speaker's shit because of it though. Like you can like full volume, I can barely hear it because they're just
Right.
like, yeah, it's waterproof, and I'm like, I can tell it's not even letting sound out. This
I
is
can
stupid.
I can tell it's sealed up really tight because the
Yeah,
sound's fucking also inside the phone now.
here I got a good one.
Okay. And now you've been I w let me see. Oh.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. Bought
Yeah.
it when it came out.
Yep.
Hear that? That's the original cellophane. This thing's never been opened.
Now,
I bought that like right before I had my son. He's
yep.
4 years old now.
This
It's just been sitting on the shelf
is literally your
for
4-year-old
4
game in
years.
cellophane.
I think we're like almost like 2 games past this one, and I've never touched this one. Like if I opened it up and started playing it now, everybody would be like leveled up ridiculous, or like I'd
You'd
stand
be
no
trying to
chance.
play like level. They'd just throw you in. You're like, I have nowhere to put you, so I guess you're going to level 55
Right.
prestige twice, fucking games, and you're level 1. I don't know where
Yeah,
to put you. The server just doesn't know what to do. It just throws you
right.
in.
Yeah, they're just like, we like to put you in with players that are your level, and nobody's your level.
Nobody's your level. You just there's no players compatible with you.
Because nobody's buying this game anymore because Warzone exists. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
there's
for sure.
free Call of Duties that are just as good.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
how
Exactly.
when it was the new hot shit probably did work, but yeah.
4
Anyways,
years ago when it was the new hot shit.
right, right.
So like I'm sitting next to a brand new sealed box and I'm
Yep,
having regrets about it. I bet no. Like you said, you know me. You know we know.
yep.
As soon as I crack that bitch open and I pull that thing out and I get it going, it's probably all gonna just fade to the background. I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, it's all fucking worth it. it in this moment, right?
Yeah,
Right now, brand new, just bought it. I'm having buyer's regret and it's gonna go away. What have you had that you bought almost and then almost immediately regretted it? That doesn't sound right, you know. But does that make sense? Like, what do
yeah.
you have like in the moment? Like you're driving home from the store and you're like, "Fuck, man,
So
maybe I
I
should have."
can't I can't think of anything where it was like in the store, but it was like once I got it home and set it up. Currently, you
Yeah.
can't see it right now.
Okay.
There's a ping pong table right there. And the ping
Okay.
pong table is folded up and it has a blanket over it because I'm using it as like a sound board
Oh yeah.
so it's
Okay.
not so echoey.
Yeah.
That ping pong table is way too fucking big. And we set it up and like put it down and played it once and realized like we have no room to move around this thing. Like we can't play ping pong. So yeah, we bought a ping pong table and I think we used it like twice. And it
Right.
was just like one of those where it was on sale. Where
Okay.
it was just like, oh, it'd be cool to have a ping pong table, wouldn't it? And then yeah, and then we buy the ping pong table, and then now it holds a blanket.
Its job is to be a wall with a blanket on it.
Exactly, it's a movable wall for sound deadening purposes.
I mean, at least you repurposed it, but like in the grand scheme of things, right?
Right? Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
kind of regret
It's
that one.
yep, yep. I've had a couple of those where it's just something you get at home and it doesn't work like what you wanted it to. And it's like, well,
Yeah,
I can't
right.
return it because I can't just tell, where I bought it from. Like, shit sucks. Like they don't take it back because it's a poor quality product, I don't think, most
You're
of the time.
right. Yep. Yep. Or that you get it from the to kick back to the fishing topic, or you get it from the clearance rack, and they're just like all clearance items are final sale. You're like, yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna roll them dice. Sure.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I've had some moments of stuff like that where you're just like, that was a waste of money, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's exactly it.
I'll tell
Do you
you,
have do you have like a lingering thing? Oh, well, besides the ping pong table, do you have that like
yeah.
thing you just come across every once in a while? You just like walk in front of it and you're like,
Did
fucker's
I tell
still
you
sitting there. Like I
I'll tell
brought it
you
home and
one.
it's sitting in the same fucking spot when I brought it home.
Yeah, I'll tell you a real big one, and it's
Oh
not
boy.
even the same spot when I come home. It's the fucking home itself.
Oh, no,
Dude.
Tim, don't say that.
Oh, dude, it's like it's not the worst
You
house in
can't
the
have buyer's regret. How many years? You've had that house for so many years. You can't have
yeah,
buyer's
but
regret on
it's
it.
just like, well, we purchased it and you see all these like home buyer like these people that are doing all these renovations and stuff and you're
Sure,
just like,
sure.
"Oh, with some renovations, this house will
Mhm.
be nice." And then you move in and you're like, "It's so much more work to do renovations than they make it seem on these fucking shows." And
Yeah, yeah,
and
dude.
I really wish that instead of being like, I'll buy the home in my budget and turn it into my house, I really wish that I would have bought something like what you guys have. You have a townhome
Mhm,
that's a nice place, and I think like it's a nice setup where you're not worried about the lawn because you got like the other people taking care of it and stuff.
mhm, mhm,
And then um it's got like central air and like new
mhm.
amenities and shit where I don't have any of that because we bought an older house because a new house wasn't in the budget.
Sure, yeah.
And like, even if that wasn't the home that I thought would be like the forever home or whatever,
Yeah,
it was initially where I'm like, I'm gonna buy this and then we'll make it into the forever home or whatever.
sure,
And
yeah,
now I'm like, I wish I would have bought something like a townhome because I know that you can sell those pretty easily. Like just
sure.
gained equity while I'm living there
Okay,
and then
yeah,
sold that and then moved into like a nicer, newer spot or whatever
yeah,
down the road. So like I buy this and I'm like it gained equity in like theory, but
yeah.
I don't think people will pay what the asking price is because like the siding shit and stuff.
Huh.
And dude,
Yeah,
oh,
well, okay, I get what you're
right now
saying there.
you wanna know the worst thing I got dealing with right now is
What?
fucking woodpeckers, bro.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
Do you know you can't do anything with them?
You
They're
can't do a thing. Yeah, you know what you can do? Get vinyl siding. It's literally
exactly.
the
I have to
only
like
thing you can do.
and that's like 30 grand to do my house.
Yeah, yeah, you got a good sized
It's
house.
oh, dude.
Fucking
Yeah, so
shit,
that's
dude.
we've been thinking about doing that and like we gotta look into like a uh I don't know if it's like a home
Home
equity
improvement
loan or
loan or
like if there's a
whatever.
home improvement loan. Like
Yeah. Yep, yep.
recently what I saw, I gotta look into it more, but recently what I saw was like a 10-year loan and I'm like, 10-year, can we just add this into the mortgage somehow? Like
Right.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying to pay off 30K in 10 years. Like I
right.
gotta have another fucking car payment to side my house.
Just
Can we
right.
just roll this into the house somehow? Like I
Right,
don't know.
yeah.
I gotta
There is
talk
some
to
way
a
to do
bank.
that from what I
But
understand, but I'm not
dude,
entirely sure, but
these things are shitheads because they peck a hole in my wall, and I
yep.
go and I fill the hole with like the spray foam stuff,
Sure.
and then they go and I peck a hole right next to the hole they already pecked. Like I
Oh
fill it up
my
with spray foam,
god.
and then it makes me nervous too because I'm like, these woodpeckers are pecking through the wood.
Yeah.
Why? They're looking for food, right? I got
Right.
bugs in my walls. What the fuck? But
But
it's
I've
only
also seen a woodpecker peck a stop sign, so
oh, have
it's
you?
not
So
always precise. Yeah, like,
they're just
literally, I was
idiots.
riding by a stop sign, like, I was on my bike, I was out biking,
Yeah.
nice summer day, and I'm cruising, and there's no sound, it's a nice quiet, and I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" I turn around, look at the stop sign, sure enough, just fucking going hard on some metal, and I was like, "Yeah,
Sounds
that's
like a
a
jackhammer.
unique sound."
Dude, this this is a little bit off topic, but since we're talking about it, I listened to the Honeydew podcast with Ryan Sickler, and he was talking
Yep.
to another guy about how like when he was a kid, he had a pellet gun, and they would like randomly shoot birds and stuff, and
Mhm.
the couple of times that they like landed a shot and that bird didn't die right away, like it really gave him remorse. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to do this anymore.
Mhm.
They felt bad about it.
Mhm.
And Ryan, I think he was talking about his brother or whatever, and his brother shot one of these like a woodpecker,
Mhm.
and he said it was like one of the little ones, not like one of the big endangered ones. So he goes and
Mhm.
he picks up the little one, and like he felt bad for it, and he's like, and just like it was playing dead or whatever, that woodpecker woke up and he said he lit up my brother's hand. Just so what he did to that stop sign just
Just
lit his hand
think
up.
about it, just somebody's hand.
I just pictured like the woodpecker being like, "You got me," and then you pick him up and he's just like, "It's like motherfucker, don't shoot me."
Just fucking A. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Well, fuck, dude.
Oh.
That I didn't want it to get too downer. I
Ah, no, man,
you're
it's all good. Like I don't
you
sit
got
here
you
like
got land. I think that's the thing, right? It's like you gotta kind of take
yeah,
that
and
because
I think if we
buyer's
can figure
remorse
out
is
a way
real.
to get this siding and stuff figured out, like the house as a whole isn't too bad.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's got some size, it's got a bunch of rooms and stuff. There's some
Yeah.
things that needs to get repaired, but if we can get that repaired, I think we can at least make our money back, if not better.
Yeah.
And just making your money back, having that equity
Right.
is huge. But
Is the
that's
big
why I'm
thing.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
knowing that a townhome, I'd just be able to turn around and just be like, "Would you like to buy this?" And somebody would be like, "Yep." It's not, and
Yeah. I mean, it's not that straightforward, but it is in a way. I get it. I get
no,
what you're saying because
I
it's a
know,
condo.
but
I only have to sell the inside in a way, right?
right, right,
Yeah.
and it's I just feel like it's just kind of like the people. I think there's a lot of people that like that like sense of community.
For
Like
sure. For
you're
sure.
in that community,
Yep.
like where
Yep.
my neighbors are way far away, and I
Far
think
enough away where you don't really know them, right?
yeah, and I
Yeah.
kind
Like
of
I
like
hang out with
right
my
away
neighbors
when I
like every day
moved
if
it
it's
in like
nice
that.
outside.
Yeah, right away when I moved in like that, I'm like, this is awesome. Because we had apartments that you could hear through, and I'm just
Right.
like, I just want to get away with this, and this was the exact opposite, and I'm like, this is beautiful.
Right. Yeah.
And then you're like, a little bit of community would be okay.
Yeah. 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 For sure. For sure. And, like with so the to get to the buyer's remorse thing is like you kind of said it in the earlier topic too, but overall we've talked about it and we like to research, right? Like we like to research our
Oh
shit
yeah,
and know. And like I did research my Sony phone a lot and I did know. And it wasn't until 4 years later when I was replacing
right.
it that I was like, why the fuck did I spend all that extra money? And it's, it goes to that is like, I fear buyer's remorse in a way. And I
Oh
wonder what I've
yes,
missed out on because of that in a way.
right.
Because I'm not that trigger puller, right? I'm not that like, oh, that fucking TV's on sale. Let's go get it.
Yeah. I
Do you, well, no, go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that's why I am so analytical.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
I don't want to make the wrong decision because I know it's gonna bother me. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanna know everything about it and know that it's the best choice. I'm always like
Yeah.
Googling like different lists on everything.
Sure.
Like, what's the best this and that for the money? Like, I
Yeah.
just bought a hard drive. That took me a while.
Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah.
Not to be like that guy, but I was like, "Hey, here they are. These are good. Trust me. I'm an IT guy." And I don't think that you don't trust me. Don't let me get that wrong.
Right.
But it's just the point because also it comes down to size, right? Like, what can I
Yeah,
get? How many terabytes can I get
exactly.
for the money?
Yeah, I was doing the math, constantly Googling like all the cameras I have. Like, how
Yep.
long am I going to be able to record on this for this long? Like, what batteries, all this other stuff. And it was that too. I'm like,
Right.
how many terabytes am I going to need on this to be safe in
Right.
case it's like I don't get a chance to go home for like a couple weekends or whatever? Can I
Right.
store
Right.
a couple weekends worth of videos on here?
Right. Yep.
And it was all
Mhm.
that stuff, just
Mhm.
crunching the numbers, knowing exactly
Right.
because you see the lesser one go on sale, and you're like, "Oh, I could save like $50 right now, but I want the
Right.
bigger one.
Uh-huh.
But do I need
Uh-huh.
the bigger one?" It's that kind of shit.
Right. Yeah. No, that's for sure. And I think that the fear of buyer's remorse makes us better consumers. I personally
Oh,
think
for
that,
sure.
but we're we're those people. So
Right,
if you're not those people and you are just pulling the trigger, tell us about how it doesn't happen that much.
right. Yeah, let us know.
Because we're two of the same kind. We love to do our research
Right.
because of the fear of buyer's remorse. And now, like, I'll be honest with the PS5. It was one of
Yeah.
those situations where I got in the queue, right? The digital queue. And it was like, nah, this isn't going to happen. Fine. I'll stay in the queue though.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget that you're, you know, not reserved until you've checked out. Yeah, okay. I get it. It's not going to happen anyway. Who gives a shit? And I keep working. And then all of a sudden, bam, you're in. Poof. First thing that pops up, it says add to cart. And I see it and I comprehend the image fast enough and I just go, bah, 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 bah. And I fucking hammered through it as fast as I could.
Nice.
And I was like, oh shit, I kind of don't even know what I just bought. I saw the JPEG,
Right.
but I'm not sure 100%. I should check the email,
Oh,
the
yeah,
confirmation
I've
email.
done I've done that before where like you
Oh, yeah.
buy everything and you're just like I didn't I bought what I thought I was buying, right? Like I didn't buy just something related to what I was trying to buy,
Right, right. Because
cuz you're
yeah,
like,
the way
"Oh,
the
I
internet feeds you shit.
yeah, I pulled the trigger cuz that was a good deal." But then all of a
Mhm,
sudden you're
mhm.
just like, "Was it a good deal cuz I didn't buy the right thing?"
Right. Freaks
That
you
kind
out,
of stuff.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think I've ever done that before. I don't think I've ever bought I think I did one time on Amazon. I can't remember what it
Yeah.
was, but I bought the wrong thing,
Mhm.
and it was like one of those where I could like cancel the order before it went anywhere. And I'm just like,
Yes.
"Oh shit, no, that was wrong." Like, no,
Yep.
cancel
Yeah.
like right away.
Dude, I have that's actually one of the things I wrote down is I have one of those stories too. It's like I have a very vivid because this was probably the first time. I don't know if I was scammed. I don't know if I was going to be scammed. I don't know enough about the situation, but the camera that I use right now, still till this day for filming the podcast, during the video podcast,
Yeah.
this camera is well over 10 years old. Still a perfectly good camera because it was a high end camera at the time. And I had initially bought this camera, from a site that was one of those situations that was too good to be true. But in the early 2000s, we were still sort of figuring that out. I sent that fucker back. Like it was on its way. It had a UPS
Oh,
tracking
really?
number. And I was like, I don't know, something feels weird, dude. And then I had 3 or 4 days in shipping to try to figure it out, and I started emailing them, and I was in contact, and I was like, "I don't know, this doesn't feel right. Something feels weird." And I just denied the package. They they couldn't do anything
Yeah.
but refund me, thankfully. I mean, they could
Yeah.
have been a total fucking rip-off site, which they weren't. I just don't
Right.
know how they got the price that they got in the end, and everything was I was just like, I'm cutting this off." And I just denied the package, and it got sent back. I I don't know if that I don't think that's buyer's remorse, because I think buyer's remorse is more like you bought it, you have it,
Yeah.
and you feel bad about the fact that you have it
Right.
and you continue. But that was one of those situations where it was buyer's remorse post purchase
Yeah.
that made me analyze why I felt that way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I felt bad about spending that amount of money because it's a very expensive camera, and I just have a problem. It's like anything over this amount, right? It sort of hits a nerve with me,
Right. Yeah.
and then you have a day or half a day to just let it mill around in your brain, and the buyer's remorse made me act differently in this case. And I still
Okay.
ended up with the damn camera, but I ended up paying, how much more money in comparison to that website. It was a significant amount, to the point where I
Right.
look back at it now and I go, I think my buyer's remorse, guilty analytics brain thing really kicked into turbo in that moment.
Sure.
Just
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah, and dude, I've had stuff not like that, but where I've got it home and then I take it out of the box and I use it for the first time, and I'm just like, damn it, this was not at all what. Oh, I thought this was gonna be better. I thought this was gonna. I looked at everything. I looked at all the stats. I looked at all the numbers. I
Yeah.
read reviews,
Yeah.
and then I get mad at the people that reviewed it. Like, what the fuck were you people doing? Like, you guys all said this was good.
Right.
Like, yeah, you don't know what good is. You're wrong. You're wrong. This is not good. You're wrong.
You're totally wrong. It's not good.
Yeah, it was like I have one for fishing. I have
Yeah.
an Akuma
I was hoping you
Citrix,
would.
an
What is it
Akuma
again?
Citrix, an Akuma Citrix reel.
Real. Okay.
And I think I spent like $110 on it, and I think it's like $160 reel or something normally.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
For
never
sure.
had an Akuma before,
Uh-huh.
but they looked dope, and I heard good things, and I'm like, all right, cool. And
Yeah.
I got it, and I hate the drags. I hate the like the like tensioner on the spool for the
To
bait
set the
caster
drag.
and stuff. Hate it. I couldn't
Fuck.
for the life of me cannot figure out how to cast that thing properly. Like I have to open up everything all the way to get it to cast normal.
What?
And it's like these like things are pointless, like unless I'm fishing like with like a 2-ounce bait, which is insane for a reel that small. The breaks are pointless, and it's just like what the
What?
I don't know what this is. I don't know
Really?
why. Yeah, I really hate that reel. I
Fuck.
still use it
Yeah.
because it works in certain situations, but I only use it for one type of. I'll use it for like pitching and flipping because with it all opened up,
Okay.
when I only have to like flick it, like when
Yep.
I'm trying in like deep like matted grass or whatever, there'll be like
Right.
holes in the matted grass, and I'm just
Sure.
trying to put that jig into that hole.
Right.
And I know the reel has the drag is decent, and it has power to like reel up fish. Like if I land a fish, I'm not nervous that it's gonna shit out on me when I'm fighting a fish.
Okay. Yeah.
And I can cast it like 20 feet like that. Like I've learned how to use it like that.
Yeah.
So I still have it like that.
Right.
And it's set up with a specific I have 20-pound fluorocarbon, which is a little bit intense. Like that's pretty thick line for
Right.
fluoro.
Right.
But I don't like tying on leaders with braid. Like a lot of people go braid to leader, and I
Hmm.
like just to have it like straight through. And
Okay.
floor like that's just kind of intense, 20 pounds. But
It is.
that's what I have
I
it
was like,
set up
holy
with.
shit.
Yeah, that's what I have it set up with, and that's you think that's crazy though, but a lot of people when they're flipping mats and stuff are using like 65-pound braid.
Jesus. Because
But the
they're
six
worried about the. Oh,
well,
hold
because
on.
you can get away with it. The diameter of braid is so much thinner than the other lines. You can
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got
So
you.
you can get away with heavy, super heavy stuff because you don't have
Right.
to. When you're fishing down in Florida and you got a chance at a 10-pounder plus, 10 pounds of weeds and all that
Yeah.
other
All
good
the,
junk.
yep. Getting caught up. That's exactly what I
Yeah.
was going to say. The
So,
vegetation, right?
yeah. Anyways, I bought that reel thinking like it would be like I can do a lot of stuff with this, and it's garbage. I use
And
it for
it's a
one thing.
flipping. That's it. Like it just does flipping.
Yep, use it for one thing, and I only use it for flipping because that's something I've learned I can get away with using it for. Like it's still not my top
Mhm.
choice. Like if I had another reel specifically for that, that's what I'd use. But this is
Mhm.
what I can get away with. Yeah. So
Right.
there's
Like
there's
it
some
is the
stuff like
flipping. Yeah.
yeah, I've never really had any problem with rods. I've broken a couple of them. The real lightweight stuff, the tips. I've
Right.
snapped off the tips on a couple of them, and that
Right.
sucks. And I've still tried to use them. I think I actually have 3 of them right now. I have a
Shit.
KVD one, a Skeet Reese, Wright and McGill one, and then I have another Wright and McGill. I have 3 of them. I still have them.
Damn.
We were kind of talking off podcast about like us not wanting to throw away stuff. It's like I have 3 broken rods and I can't get rid of them because I'm like, who knows? Maybe I'll
Right.
figure
Right.
out a way
Right.
to make them work.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's a really good point, and like a way to wrap up the topic too, because well, I mean, we're gonna keep talking. Let's do our fucking obligatory stuff. Hey, realaf.tv is where you can find all the stuff, and I mean all the stuff by you can go over there. You could actually listen to the podcast on the website if you wanted to, But who does that when we're on Spotify and Amazon and all that shit? You can just look us up, Real AF TV. Remember, real like fish and reel. If you go to the website again, realaf.tv, it'll take you to the YouTubes and the Twitters and the Facebooks. It'll get you to where you need to be for all things Real AF TV, including the Patreon and all that fun stuff. Tim, the video. Talk about the video we just launched.
Yes. So the video we just launched is the crappie spawn video.
Yeah.
And it's all about the crappie spawn, just kind of really touching on a little bit of how I go out there and fish for the crappies and when it's spawning and stuff, and a little bit of tips and tricks. And
Yeah.
it's I'm bobber fishing with live bait. I think I'll probably do another one down the road. Crappie spawn is gone and went, and
for 2022.
Yep, didn't get a chance to get out. There's some underlying, like, some health issues for my mom and all this other junk, and didn't get a chance to get out fishing or whatever. But yeah, I plan on doing another one with like artificial baits and stuff. So down the road, and getting a little bit deeper in depth on why the spawn, like what causes the spawn, when to learn when to go out to the spawn. But the spawn right now is, just out there putting some fish in the boat and
for sure,
having some fun.
You
get to see
definitely.
a muskie. You get to,
that's right.
Got some jokes in there.
The star appearance by the muskie, but yes, everything you said, right, Tim, and it's our real first launch. So if we ask if you listen to the podcast, go check us out on YouTube. If you haven't yet, go over to YouTube, give us a like and subscribe, or whatever you can do. The free stuff is always going to be there. We do have the Patreon, patreon.com/realaftv. Remember, real like fish and real, and we are working on more videos. So, it's going to be something, not just the podcast, not just the video podcast over there on YouTube, but there's also going to be more fishing videos coming up soon. So,
right. Yeah. And go over there and, oh, sorry. What?
Oh, no, go.
I was just going to say, go check out both of our handiwork. I'm out there catching them fish and showing you what's going on and stuff, and kind of got a rig set up in the garage there. You should have seen my boom mic. I'll throw it on Instagram. It's like a lure holding up my whole system. But yeah, you can see my handiwork with the fishing, and then Josh's handiwork with the edits. He's got a couple of cool graphics in there and stuff, and we definitely put time in to make a quality video. It's not just some junk that we put out there. Good mics, you can hear everything properly the whole time. So we're trying.
Yeah, for sure. Great way to like just let it be known. That's just a good cutoff spot to be like, yeah, we're really trying to be quality.
Right. Yep.
But I want to ask you more about this flipping thing, because what, you put $160 on this shit? What was it?